Boy, howdy, sure do.
Don't you wish that we had a sponsor that we could use that could give you a way to watch anime online?
Yes, I do. What are they?
What if I told you that we here at Gma Transmission Station have such a sponsor? Would you like to know what that sponsor is, Mike?
Yeah, I'm totally in the dark. Who is this?
Alrighty, our sponsor is the Let's Try Mega Dementia Neptunia V2 video on the Gma Transmission Station YouTube page. You too can watch over an hour of me, James Leffingwell, the host of Gma Transmission Station News Desk, playing this is Mega Dementia Neptunia VII or V2 for free right now on YouTube. Just by subscribing to Gma Transmission Station on YouTube.com. It's that easy. You too can have free anime online.
What was that one more time? I didn't quite get the name.
That's Gma Transmission Station. GE-MA Transmission Station on YouTube.com.
Thank you. I'm going now.
Awesome. Hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining us on the Gma News Desk. Today we have a number of stories for you, everything from stolen video games to free Pokemon. And of course, if you want to learn about all these stories in depth, we will have links to everything in the description down below. And of course, we actually have a second sponsor, which is also us. It's our Facebook page, which can also be found by searching for Gma Transmission Station on Facebook. Go ahead and give us a like. We'll like you too.
Fair enough.
Alrighty, everybody ready to get into it?
Yeah!
Yeah! Oh, that's right. We have a third person. Say hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
You played that well. Oh, man. Alrighty. Well, now. Our first story is Mike telling us about Take-Two Interactive, the owners of 2K and Rockstar, are apparently have big plans for E3.
Yeah. It seems that this year, 2K... No, not 2K. Take-Two, sorry. Very similar name. Is finally coming to E3 in a, quote, big way. Now, that has a lot of speculation behind it because they've never really had that big of a presence at E3 before. So, there's a lot of stuff in the making from Rockstar, 2K, and all the companies that Take-Two is fathering. The lineup so far includes Battleborn, Mafia 3, and Civilization Revolution 2+. All these games are scheduled to launch this year. What was it with the fingers?
2 plus what?
I don't know. They didn't say. It's just 2+.
2+.
Yes. You can add however many numbers you want to that, but it's 2+.
That's the power of civilization.
Now, Battleborn is coming before E3 in May, and Mafia 3 is penciled in for sometime around April.
Which is also before
Civilization
E3.
Revolution 2+, meanwhile, comes to the beta sometime in the April to June quarter. Now, as for what's in the works, they have been talking about a BioShock collection for, I assume, the PS4 and Xbox One, but I'm not quite sure.
I would assume so. Even PC.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption. Additionally, they are working with the BioShock designer Ken Levine on a new game that has not been announced. Take-Two is responsible for the franchises known as Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. And that's pretty much all that the article's coming down to. E3 this year drops around, June 14th or 16th. And the big names being Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, Bethesda, Well, EA ain't going to be there no more. Ubisoft are all expected to kick the show off.
Mm.
Now, being a fan of Rockstar, the brand, I'm hoping to see not Grand Theft Auto 6. It's way too soon.
It's way too soon.
Yeah, but
What we might
one
get,
thing-
well, I was gonna say what we might actually get is one of those large Grand Theft Auto kind of standalone expansion things, like we got for GTA 4, something like the Ballad of Gay Tony.
Yeah, that'd be a fair assumption. But what everybody has been clamoring for, well, when I say everybody, I'm including a big portion of me, is a sequel, prequel, anything to do with a Red Dead Redemption spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to go back to the West in a big way. Not the West today, the Old West. Because God knows I'm about as far as west as you can get.
The other thing this article mentions is a third entry in the mainline Borderlands series.
Which would be a fair assumption that could be why the CEO, Strauss Zelnick, told MCV they are going to be at E3, quote, in a big way.
Yeah. Darkstone 2, please? Come on. I know it's been a long time, but come on. Darkstone 2. Darkstone 2.
You wish.
Yes,
Now
I
to-
realize.
Yeah. Now to give the devil his due, this is brought to us by GameSpot, and this article is by Eddie Makuch. I shit you not, I may be butchering that name, but that is Eddie Makuch.
Eddie. Good old Eddie.
That's Dimebag Eddie.
That's Dimebag Eddie. Now, Mike and Kate sent me this story to be put in the lineup, and I thought it was kind of a fluff-nothing story. But then I realized there's a deeper story in here that we're not all discussing, and I think it's a much, much bigger story than, Take-Two wanting to get people hyped for E3, and that is, there's a new game coming to the Vita?
Yeah. Oh God. Yes, there is a new game coming to the Vita. Though
That's
it
the
is
bigger story here.
Civilization. Yeah, there is a new game coming to the Vita. Just when you think it's down and out, it gets right back into the fray. Little fray.
Yeah, I would love somebody in the comments to do the legwork here and figure out when the last time a full big budget AAA title was released for the Vita, because I imagine it's at least been 6 months.
At least.
At least.
Okay.
At least. Alright, moving on to our next story here. Hey, Kate.
Huh.
You like Dragon Age, right?
I do like Dragon Age.
What if it played like, let's say, Disgaea?
I'd play a lot more Dragon Age.
Me too.
So apparently, according to the Twitter polls, we could be seeing a tactical Dragon Age game that plays like Fire Emblem Fates or XCOM. The executive producer of Dragon Age posted a question on recent Twitter polls that asked if players would be interested in a tactical Dragon Age game. Apparently, 48% of the respondents are in favor of the Dragon Age tactics, 23% would prefer it to be released on PC, and 22% are against the idea entirely, and 7% would prefer it on a mobile release.
Mm-hmm.
He said it would be turn-based, and though likely couched in Dragon Age canon, the game would not be a direct sequel to Dragon Age Inquisition. This would be an addition to the main series line as opposed to instead of, he clarified. So instead of being, like, a main thing. It'd be kind of like a spin-off, I'm assuming.
Standalone title.
Like a standalone title, yeah.
It's just so hard for me to picture that as a turn-based anything since playing the first fucking Dragon Age. And, now if it plays like Fire Emblem or anything like that, it would be very interesting.
It'd be very interesting, yes.
I'd be all over it. I mean, the Dragon Age games have always had the tactical view option for being able to pause, get a, bird's eye view, being able to pause the game and be able to set up commands and everything, and then, resume the game and have, the commands play out and so on and so forth. So it's not like they've been very far away from this. What I would prefer they do, to be completely honest, is I would just rather we get the next Dragon Age as just a big $60 title, have it be the next piece, in the canon, so on and so forth, but then when it starts up, ask you, how do you want to play it? Do you want to play the tactical version, or do you want to play the real-time action version?
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting dynamic. I'm just wondering if they could
put that much into it.
Yeah.
For just $60.
I'm just saying, they're already almost there anyways.
Yeah, they're almost there.
They're almost there, but this is like taking it that further step.
Yeah.
And that could alienate some of the fans just because I don't want anything like that in the game. But then again, when was the last... Well, you probably have. When was the last time you actually brought up that over the top-down look and actually planned out your moves on the Dragon Age game?
I mean, the only reason why I don't do it very often is because of the fact that I don't play Dragon Age to have it be a challenging RPG. I play Dragon Age in a very casual fashion where I bump the difficulty way down because I don't care too much about the combat in Dragon Age as much as it is I like the world of Dragon Age and want to get to the story of Dragon Age. And maybe if the questing, if the quests were a little bit more interesting and there wasn't so much damn filler and garbage side quests that you have to do, and just, BS grinding in that thing, then I would probably actually bump up the difficulty and really engage with the combat more than I do.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, that being said, if this is going to be a standalone title, which they pretty much said it's going to be, would you prefer it to be linear in that aspect of, like you just said, eliminate the filler bullshit and just have it go on a linear story?
For a tactical game.
I think you kind of have to in a tactics game just because of the fact that, doing a quest in, a Dragon Age or, any kind of, third person behind the back, full real-time RPG, so on and so forth, is, usually a pretty quick affair. You go through, your dungeon, you find your boss, you kill your boss, you move on, so on and so forth. But when you turn it into a tactics game where it's literal turn-based, you're now taking that same dungeon floor and making it take a lot longer to get to the end. You're spending way more time in menus, and you're spending way more time just plotting out movements and choosing moves and setting up attacks than you would be than just running up to monster, bash in head, and have your other party members do whatever the hell they want with, some influence from you. So I don't think they could put much filler or fluff in it just because the investment that you're asking your players to put into each battle is so much greater that if there's no payoff for the 30 minutes to 2 hours you're going to spend on a dungeon floor, then you're going to piss people off.
Yeah. That being said, is this a good move right now? Does it make any type of sense? I can see it being a good move just to give the player something new to experiment with, that and throw in the Dragon Age lore and everything else that people already love. It could be a good move on their part.
I think it would, and the only reason why is because there are still people who love those old PC 4-axis games. The original Baldur's Gate games and Neverwinter Nights and Icewind Dale and those kind of titles. There are people who love those titles to death, and a lot of the guys who grew up playing PC games still keep those PC games very close to their heart. And recently, Pillars of Eternity, I mean recently as in the last couple of years, Pillars of Eternity came out and did quite well because it was one of those kind of back to old school turn-based fantasy RPG mechanics. And if that's what they're trying to invoke here, then it will be wildly successful, especially with the PC crowd.
In this article, he's giving nods to Fire Emblem Fates, which is the newest one that just came out for, I think, the DS.
Yeah.
And Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah, Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah.
Which those are weird call-outs to make. Like, especially because when the very first Dragon Age came out, or was coming out, all of the marketing around it was that it was going to be like Baldur's Gate, the original PC Baldur's Gates. And
I know how that turned out.
yeah, people were very, very disappointed and let down because that was very unbelievable hype.
Mm.
So, I don't know what they're... Like I said, I'm picturing it ending up being something, like I said, akin to, Fire Emblem or Disgaea or Final Fantasy Tactics is what I see them, probably doing. But I think they would have a much greater success if they went more of the Pillars of Eternity, Icewind Dale, that kind of thing.
Now, do you think it's going to be multi-platform or is it going to be an exclusive?
Or is it going to be mobile?
Ugh.
Because that was even an option, being mobile.
I think the fans pretty much said they don't want it to be mobile, so I don't think they're going to do it. And they know that if they make it mobile, they, reduce a lot of that day one income that you get off of having, physical game sales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that
So
opens proverbial Pandora's box of microtransactions.
Mm-hmm. If they go the Disgaea, Final Fantasy Tactics and Fire Emblem Fates way with it, I bet you it'll be multi-platform. If they decide that they want to go the old school turn-based RPG, the ones I've listed a billion times over here, then it will probably be PC exclusive.
Yeah. Okay. You want to give credos to who?
This article's from GameZone, and it's done by an Austin Wood.
Austin Wood what?
I don't know.
You don't know what he would?
Austin Wood.
Wood.
Okay. It's brought to us by Austin Wood.
He's made fun of a lot, isn't he?
I bet.
Poor guy. I genuinely feel sorry for him. Okay. Alright, moving on to our next article here. I want VR. You want VR. Who wants to pay $800 for VR? HTC believes you should. Mike, take it away.
As James has stated, the HTC Vive is going to come in at a whopping $800, and it's arriving in April. And quote, there is nothing else that can do what the Vive does.
Giggity.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what the Vive does.
I'm picking up good vibrations. Oh, sorry.
HTC Vive, the virtual reality headset from HTC and Valve, will ship in April. It's priced at $800. And mind you, the Oculus Rift, another VR headset, costs around $600 for a peripheral. Mind you, this is a peripheral.
Yeah, but you get a little extra with the Vibe.
Yeah. Let's see. It costs $800. Yeah, you get $200 more of a hit to the pocketbook.
Well, I'm referring to equipment-wise, because you get the headset, you get the two controllers, which are real funny looking. I've got a picture of them right here. And then you get the two boxes that you set up in the corners of your room so that you can have a VR field.
Yeah.
The Oculus doesn't come with any of that.
Yeah.
The Vive is
Now
trying
that
to
I'm
give you
looking at the controllers, if you want to call them that,
Mhm.
are they still going with the finger the finger motions to actually tell where you're going to go, or is it going to be like a move?
I don't know that. These controllers are weird looking, man. I have no
Exactly.
idea.
I've seen some videos out there that they were messing with finger motions to actually do what you're going to do, and that's why I assume that the holes in the controller are.
That
And
might
it
be.
looks like there's a trigger right behind it. I don't know. Then again, okay.
I don't think I'd actually be able to hold one of those things. I'd have to try to figure out how the you hold it.
Yeah. Either that or the holes are for your thumbs. Oh. Anyway.
That just makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
As reported by GameSpot sister site, CNET, the Vive Consumer Edition will come with the headset, 2 wireless controllers, 2 base stations, a link box to connect your PC, and a pair of Vive earbuds. Pre-orders open at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on February 29th. You will also need a capable PC rig to use the Vive.
Yep. Now, am I the only one who feels really insulted by the fact that it comes with a pair of earbuds? Like, if I'm having my virtual reality experience, I need to be able to have an excellent audio experience as well and not be distracted by the outside world so that I can be fully quote-unquote immersed. So why the hell are you giving me a pair of crappy Apple earbuds?
Exactly. You figured that Bose would have jumped on board, or even, God forbid, Beats by Dre.
Yeah, like, I mean, both those companies make a entry-level, like, $99 model. Why on earth are they not contracted with this to make a special HTC edition, whatever?
Well, these are specific Vive earbuds. I think they're made specifically to fit inside the console. Or inside the peripheral.
Inside the,
The peripheral.
the peripheral, the visor. That's what I'm looking for.
The Vibe Visor.
Hey, I think I just thought of Season 2 release. We're going to call it the visor. The big difference between Vive and the Rift is that Vive's Consumer Edition... Wait. Did I already read that? Yes, I did. Oh. Comes with a Rift base package. Does not. It instead comes with a remote control and an Xbox One controller.
Yes.
Rift's touch controllers go on sale later this year.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, I think Rift is the one that has the finger stuff that you're thinking of, not HTC.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. It's more compelling than buying things piecemeal. Piecemeal? Piecemeal. O'Brien said about Vive's offering. Okay, here's a kicker. The units will ship with 2 free games. Job Simulator and Fantastic Contraption.
I've actually heard really good things about Job Simulator.
Mm-hmm. Even more games for the device will be announced at the Game Developers Conference in March.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Oh, we're going to have to report on GDC, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are we going to do a special GDC edition of the podcast?
Maybe, if we can find some place to watch it.
Well, no, you don't watch GDC.
Depending on when it is, and because if it's on the 10th, we're kind of fucked.
Yeah. I don't know when it is. I'm going on vacation, so,
Yeah. If you want more information, head to CNET to get all the launch details about the HTC Vive.
Or don't, because you don't have $800 and a GTX 970 in your rig. And we understand.
That's true.
Because guess what? We don't either.
Okay. This article was brought to us by GameSpot and by, our favorite guy, Eddie Makuch.
Mr. McCooch again.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Anyone getting Lizard Squad flashbacks? I know I am, because there has been DDoS attacks on Xbox Live over the last week, apparently, causing a number of problems, everything from trouble getting into lobbies on Xbox Live, to issues purchasing new content, to certain digital purchases, even single-player digital purchases, not being able to run at all because of the extreme amount of extra traffic being simulated by the attackers.
Yeah, I read about this somewhere or other. I don't remember if it was the exact article that you're reading, but somebody had bought what was it? The latest Halo that had came out digitally. This DDoS happened, and now they're not even able to boot it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a real problem. All I'm gonna say is this brings me back to the reason why I specifically want to talk about this is because it's another DDoS attack, so on and so forth. The actual article here, there's not much to really discuss, other than obviously this is continuing to happen. But what I do want to bring up, and where I want to kind of spin this discussion to a little bit, is imagine if we got the future that Microsoft tried to shove down our throats, where you had to have, 24-hour check-ins, or you couldn't play any of your games, period, or, having to do the 1-hour check-ins if you were on a different Xbox that wasn't your own, the always online connected BS, just the whole 9 yards. Imagine if they would have went through with their plans to make the system as restrictive as it could have been, and then all these DDoSs happened.
That's a whole hellfire storm that I don't want to get into, but shit.
And if you think that, jerk-offs like Lizard Squad and, whoever it is who organized this DDoS attack and other DDoS attacks in the past, if you think these guys are screwing with Microsoft and Sony now, imagine how angry they would be, and imagine how much bigger of an army they would have amassed if Microsoft would have went through with their plans.
Yeah.
That's like a scary take over the world concept.
But in all actuality, if they did go through everything like that, just from the first, what was the first one? It was Lizard Squad that shut down
The PSN.
was it PSN and Xbox Live, or just PSN?
It was just PSN.
It was just PSN.
Yeah.
Now, if they had went that way, I will state it for the record, DDoS attacks happen for both systems. You can be a fanboy all you want, but bottom line is it screws with the consumer, mostly, because you're not able to access the content that you are paying for.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they had double the amount of people attacking, instead of it being down for a month or so, what was it down for? The PSN, about a month. The last time
it was a while. It was like 6 weeks plus.
Yeah, because we all got free games and a month of PS Plus, if my recollection serves well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, times that by 2, it could have shut it down for 2 months plus. It could have shut down for half a year, and all you would have is single-player content, if you're able to access it.
Yeah. Now, there was the group who did this. A representative of the group actually did an interview with Newsweek, and the article here on Giant Bomb actually has a quote from the interview that was on Newsweek from the representative of the group who was responsible for these DDoS attacks, in which he states, "We attacked... sorry, gotta get my quoting voice on. we attacked Xbox to protest major companies like this have massive servers but no real protection. We want Xbox to update the protection they have, which isn't much. The Xbox attacks also prove we do have as much power as we say we do. We could, honestly, knock Xbox off the face of the earth.
That'll be $1 billion.
I hate you change the subject with a voice like that. I think you need to hit up Team 4-Star.
Oh, shit. Okay. But seriously, that's a little bit full of themselves. It sounds like, what was the premise for that one movie back in the day? They attacked a security firm and essentially said, okay, you either hire us or we're going to shut down your fucking site. So they ended up hiring them and then... Or was that an actual story?
I don't know, I'm just thinking of the movie Live Free or Die Hard.
Could be. Maybe I'm thinking of the video. I don't remember.
And that article comes to us via Giant Bomb by Austin Walker.
One little caveat. Is this still going on? Have they fixed the issue or is this ongoing?
It seems like things have stabled now for the moment.
Okay.
It seems like they were just trying to, quote-unquote, prove a point, I guess.
Yeah. And that's what kind of pisses me off. You want to prove the point by fucking over the consumer. Fuck over the big branch.
Yeah.
Take some money out of their pocket somehow.
Yeah. It just... Yeah. It's all not good. It's all not good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, our senior correspondent, Kate Harmon, is going to tell us a tall tale about Telltale.
Okay, this is more of an opinion piece, so feel free to speak up. This guy was very long-winded about this. After a decade of powering some of Telltale's most memorable titles, is it time for Telltale Tool Engine to have a serious tune-up?
All sources say yes.
Yeah, man, I'm just going to throw this out there. It's... I want to buy the Telltale Game of Thrones game, but that bad, toon cel-shaded look everything has in a gritty universe like Game of Thrones throws me so hard off.
Yeah.
It works for Tales of the Borderlands, and you could even argue that it worked really well for the Wolf Among Us. I don't think it looks great in The Walking Dead, personally, and obviously Mike can speak to that way better than anyone here, but...
If it had, yeah, I'll speak to that. If they had made the characters look a little bit more human instead of being so heavily cel-shaded, instead of being attached as you fucking were, oh my god. Instead of people bawling, it would have been, there would have been protests for bring back Lee! Bring back Lee!
Yeah, they need to sign a licensing deal with the guys up at Rockstar who developed the technology that they used for the facial recognition for LA Noire.
Oh, fuck. That'd be a whole new... I like that idea. I really do. Okay.
I'll give Kate a moment to clean Mike's brains off the wall.
I like the Telltale games. I like their style. I've played Wolf Among Us. I've played
Tales from the Borderlands.
And I've played episode 1 of Game of Thrones.
Mm.
And I personally like the cartoony style.
Mm.
So in my mind, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They're still selling games with this style.
Oh, yeah.
And in fact, I would like to purchase the Batman game coming out. When's the Batman game coming out? It said it's been announced, but released later this year is when the Batman game's coming out for Telltale. Because I think they could do a really good Batman with this art style.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's just all the games have this, except for a couple, have the same slow walking mechanic. How can you do that with a Batman game? You gotta tweak the formula a little bit to bring Batman. I mean,
To
remember
give it some agency.
Batman. Say again?
I said to give it some agency.
Yeah. I was gonna say just to give it a little bit of something
That
dark side. Yeah, that urgency. And if you remember the great series, Batman the Animated Series,
Yeah.
if they're gonna make it look like something, try and make it look like that.
Yeah.
Instead of, I like cel shading to a degree. I love The Walking Dead season 1, season 2 that they brought out. The Wolf Among Us is awesome. Game of Thrones, I will agree with you wholeheartedly, James. They could have really up-resed it. Not up-res, but did a different style for it, and it would have sold a lot better.
Yeah, like I said, I think it works amazingly well when you're dealing with something that's already in a realm of, in a full realm of fantasy. But when you're taking and you're adapting something that's, a TV show with real actors and real sets and everything else, and then you try to then turn around and put those same characters, and then you cel shade them like that, and you cel shade all the environments like that, and you strip away all of the realism from something that the fans are used to, a certain level of realism. I think it's a disservice in those cases, which, like I said, is those cases. I think it looks beautiful in Wolf Among Us, and I think it looks awesome in the Tales from the Borderlands. I think those are great examples, and I 100% think it works in that case. In Batman, it's going to be awesome. The Joker's going to look like a badass, cel-shaded like that. It's going to be that beautiful, gritty comic book look almost that's going to be insanely great. But I don't think it works for all materials.
That being said, which Joker are we going to get? Are we going to get Mark Hamill Joker?
Are we going to get Mark Hamill Joker? Are we going to get John Nicholson Joker? Are we going to get Jared Leto Joker? Which Joker are we going to get?
I'd be happy with Mark Hamill Joker, but I'm not sure if he'd agree to it.
But I do agree it needs some minor tweaks, but I don't think it needs a major overhaul.
I would say that it does need, I'm going to have to say overhaul, just to bring up, how do I say this? Not the resolution. The cel shading is there just to make it look a little bit sharper for today's consoles. Because you got to realize this is the same engine that they have been using since the PS3 and Xbox 360. Perfect for the time, amazing for the time, but you need to kick it up just another notch for the
upright
current system.
Yeah.
That need them for PC.
Yeah.
See, what I think they should do is I think that they should either A, decide to stick to forms of media that work really well with that art style, or they need to license a second engine. Keep their in-house engine. Their in-house engine is great for a lot of projects. And, continue to work on it and build it and make, the edges and everything look a little sharper and nicer and so on and so forth, like Mike suggests. But there's no shame in licensing a second engine that does realism better than what yours can do, and using that engine for the projects that should be done in that style. There's no reason why they can't be using two different engines, other than the fact that it would take some time and some effort to train part of their staff with the new engine they would be licensing. You don't have to throw out vanilla just because there are some people who want chocolate instead. You can offer both flavors.
The thing is when people see that Telltale logo, they know what to expect. They know that it's going to be that cel shaded. They know it's going to be the the QuickTime events. They know it's going to be the slow walking style. They know what they're getting into.
So
that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, that's a fair
And
assessment.
if Telltale all of a sudden turns this on their head, it's either going to rock their fan base or it's going to lose their fan base.
So do you suggest a slow integration of like what James is talking about?
If they do it slowly, I think they might be able to make it work. Like just sharpen the edges and then sharpen the edges a little more and a little more and a little more and a little more, and then finally go into the whole HD thing.
Yeah.
And the whole realism thing. But if they just all of a sudden jump into realism, they're going to be either be fucked or be like high up on there.
Yeah.
It's going to swing one way or the other.
Okay. Well, now that we covered both sides of it, I think we need to give the devil his due.
This is from a very obscure site. This is from a Hey Poor Player. And it's done
I
by
know
a-
what you said. What you said is not what my brain heard.
Yeah, sorry.
And it's done by a Francis DiPerzio.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the interesting talk piece.
Definitely makes for a good piece of conversation. We're going to hang out here for 2 more seconds, and done. Okay, I had the trailer going in the background for the Batman game.
Thank you. That being said, after we get up another episode of Unravel, sometime this week, folks, she will be doing a playthrough of The Walking Dead Season 1.
Sometime this week?
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, sometime this week. We got until Sunday.
I'm going to do an episode of Unravel and The Walking Dead this week?
No, I said an episode of Unravel she will be doing,
You said this week.
yeah, Unravel this week.
And then I'm going to do Walking Dead this week. That's what you
No,
were
I didn't
insinuating.
say that.
I get what he was
wasn't done
trying
with
to
my
say.
pitch. You interrupted me before I could get done.
Okay, finish your sentence.
No, you already butchered it.
The pig's
But
been
anyway.
butchered. All we can do is make bacon now.
Yeah. Anyway, later this week, she will be doing an episode of Unravel, Part 2. And hopefully in the near future, she'll be doing a full playthrough of The Walking Dead Season 1.
To take place after Unravel is completed sometime in the near future.
Okay. I thought you were trying to load me down with shit again.
No, you're already loaded down enough with Akiba Strip, Unravel, and...
I would love to get back to Akiba Strip. My issue is there's so much dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you gotta do it like once every 10 days or so.
Well, hey, as everyone heard me say earlier, I'm going on vacation, and because I'm going on vacation for a while, you guys are going to be responsible for keeping the channel plump for about a week and a half to some degree.
Yeah. That being said, he is going on vacation to a near place, and we shall be incorporating the demon that is Bean Boozled into Super Meat Boy.
Oh, God, I don't wanna.
Look forward to it, people.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It will be fun, it will be disgusting, and it might be a little bit tasty. Join us soon for Bean Boozled meets Super Meat Boy.
We gotta come up with a better title for that. If anyone has a suggestion for a better title for that
Got
feature...
one.
What?
Super Meat Boy. The Reckoning.
Eh.
Yeah. I tried.
Oh, so somebody leave a better title in the comments for us. You could win fabulous prizes.
Stay tuned to the Facebook feed, and we will be posting updates of when this will be happening.
Okay, next article.
Next article! Actually, I'm going to kind of run these two articles into each other because they're both about as related as humanly possible. And yeah. So, some logos were found.
Logos!
Now, for those of you who are watching the video of this, you'll see that the headline says the next Pokemon games might be Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Now, the reason why this is a might, which is a very important distinction here, is because there are no official words on this anywhere at all. Nintendo has not commented. These logos were just registered. So, that being said, this could be an entirely different product. This could be something in the Pokemon Ranger or Dungeon series or something else. We don't actually know what the heck this is. It's a bunch of giant speculation.
Merchandise.
Merchandise! Yes. Yeah, I mean, as you can see here, the article that we're looking at here is basically 2 paragraphs long. Why? Because we know nothing.
But it was breaking news, and it had to been put in there somehow.
Exactly. It was very breaking. And the logos are pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Although
one is a sun, one is a moon.
I don't know. Like, if this is actually what people are speculating it is, then I really don't know how I feel about, them really going off the wagon when it comes to the naming conventions. You remember back in the good old days when it was all just colors?
Yeah.
Remember?
Now we're getting in. Yeah. Red, blue, yellow.
Then
I think there was a weird ROM hack of black, but
that's for another day.
Yeah.
And then we went to X and Y, and now possibly, and I can't urge this enough, possibly Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Which brings up another question. Do you really think that they can actually come up with another 100 to 150 Pokemon to throw into the universe? I mean, the well's got to be emptying pretty quickly at this point.
Until I see a shoe Pokemon, it hasn't gone in far enough.
I mean, I thought we were running out of, ideas back in Black and White when we literally got ice cream, candles, and garbage.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's going to evolve into a recycling machine.
Yeah.
There you go. That's one.
Now we're going to move on to the second part of this, and the fun part of this. And I'm going to call it the I Have a Mew, Do You Have a Mew article.
Yes, I did have a Mew.
I have a level 100 Mew.
How?
Because of this article.
Oh, shit.
Download Mew and more legendary... whoa, hey, Bad Mouse, don't do that. Download Mew and more Pokemon legendaries starting next week. This is an old-ass article, but it was hard as hell to find an article for this. Basically, what's going on is to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, they are going to, Nintendo that is, are going to release more or less every single one of the legendaries that you could not catch in-game. This is going to make it easier than ever for people like myself to actually literally catch them all. Because Pokemon like Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, so on and so forth, have been, literally next to impossible to get without using cheating devices such as Game Genies, or there was a weird thing where people could manipulate QR codes, all kinds of fun stuff. This is legitimate directly from Nintendo. They are quote-unquote legal Pokemon.
Legal.
Alrighty. So, let's see here. Mew, obviously, has already been distributed. I got mine. Did you get yours? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments if you're angry that we got to this story too late, and now you didn't get your Mew.
We love any type of mail, even hate mail.
Even hate mail.
Give us your comments.
Hell, if you're angry enough, we'll actually take legitimate hate mail. You can send it to gmawtransmissionstation@gmail.com. You don't even have to leave it in the comments. We'll take legitimate hate mail.
Kate reads all the hate mail.
Kate reads all the hate mail. Alrighty. And now let's hang out here for a minute while I butcher names of Pokemon. Ready? Here we go.
Number 1.
March 1st through the 24th, Nintendo Network will be distributing Celebi.
Number 2.
April 1st through the 24th, and I'm going to just stop putting these dates on here because they're all the exact same days of the month. Nintendo Nintendo Network will be distributing Jirachi.
Number 3.
May, GameStop exclusive. Now what this means is that you actually have to go into a physical GameStop retailer and get yourself a little card that's going to have a code on it, and you'll have to put that code into the mystery gift area of your 3DS game in order to get the Pokemon. So you'll have to actually go to a GameStop.
Number 4.
Number 4, which is the one that, number 3. Number 3, which we still haven't done yet, is the one from GameStop. That is the Darkrai.
Oh.
Number 4, June. Nintendo Network is going to be giving us a Manphy.
A Manphy? Oh, that one.
Manphy.
Number 5.
You're not going to make me try to pronounce this, are you?
Yes.
Hang on, let me pull up the article.
I don't got the article.
July from Nintendo, we get a Shyman?
But it's Shaman? Shaman?
Shaman.
Shaman.
Shaymin.
Shining.
Shaman.
Shaman. Okay, whatever.
Okay, August.
Number 6.
Once again in August, you're going to have to make a trip down to your GameStop, and it'll be hot as hell, and you'll sweat your ass off, but all that's what will be worth it when you get an Arceus.
Number 7.
In September, from Nintendo Direct, meaning you can sit on your butt and don't have to go to a GameStop, you'll be able to get a Victini.
Number 8.
Another one I don't want to pronounce, damn it. I hate Pokemon names, especially late generation Pokemon names. In October, once again, from the comfort of your own couch, you'll be able to get a Keldeo.
That was how I was going to pronounce it, so.
Okay. Keldero.
Number 9.
In November, once again, you'll have to bring your happy butt down to GameStop, but luckily there shouldn't be snow yet. Hopefully. Here's hoping. You'll be able to get yourself a nice Genesect.
Number 10.
In December, once again, from the comfort of your own house, brought to you by the Nintendo Network, you'll be able to get yourself a... Moltina?
Melletta?
Molietta?
Mellowetta?
Meloetta. Okay.
Whatever the hell that is.
Number 11.
There's no number 11.
There is no number 11.
Unknown.
Unknown. You'll get an unknown. Which one? Even we don't know.
Even they don't know.
Even they don't know. So, yeah. Enjoy your free Pokemon. This is going to really, really mess with me because now I'm going to spend way too much time playing Pokemon because now I have a new desire to want to catch them all because now I have no excuses anymore. I have no excuses. What this does mean, though, is that if you own Pokemon X and Y, if you own, Pokemon X and Y, and you own Pokemon, the new Alpha and Sapphire, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, with these distributions coming out, in just those 4 games, you can catch them all.
And it can finally be the very best.
No one ever was.
Only problem, many other people have already done it, so it's not like no one ever was.
Stop ruining my dream.
You can't dream. You don't even have a 3DS.
I can dream. Or I can pay for one.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'll dream.
Nah, you'll dream. My Mew is so adorable. Which, if there is one piece of criticism to throw out here really quick before we move on to our next story, it does mildly bum me out that they're distributing all these Pokemon at level 100, meaning you don't get to raise them.
Yeah, true.
You just get it at level 100, dropped at your feet. Here you go. It's already max power. Enjoy.
Because instant gratification.
Because hardcore instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Alrighty. And as those of you who have listened to the past couple of these should know by now, we have to put in a fun story. We just have to. It's our way. So, Mike, tell us about this new idea you've had for a life of crime, thanks to our friend here.
Yeah, I thought about my life of crime, and then I saw this guy.
Yeah.
Quote, man jailed for stealing video games, and he was selling them at, of all places, a farmer's market.
Well,
Why
you
the
should say
fuck
among
can't I
other
find
places.
Exactly. Of the 500 plus stolen games, some were from, quote, the oldest gaming systems. Yeah. Okay.
Which
Well,
this one you might as well read the first paragraph of the article verbatim.
Yeah. Yeah, get the right voice on.
Right?
A 34-year-old Pennsylvania man is in jail after an investigation revealed he stole $25,000 worth of, quote, rare video games and attempted to sell them to a local gaming store. According to local news site Reading Eagle, Norris stole the games, more than 500 in all, from a Flying Hills couple with whom he had lived for a short while last summer. None of the games were named in the report, only that some were from, quote, the oldest gaming systems, and carried a total estimated value of $25,000.
Yep.
Reading Eagle, Flying Hills.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't make this shit up.
Yeah, but that feels like somebody sure as hell did, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, of course, what even makes all this article weirder is that apparently the guy in question here met up with the owner of a local game store, SNG. Now, what's weirder is that he didn't go to the local game store, in person to, get his games, evaluated and, purchased and so on and so forth right there at the store, like, most sane people do. Instead, he decided to go all hardcore and make this poor brick and mortar store owner go old school Craigslist style and meet him in public places like shopping centers, convenience stores, restaurants, and even a farmer's market.
Where he, quote unquote, sold these games for around $150 to $725 each. This all took place during a 3-week period last summer. Before you finish that thought, man, I gotta tell you one more important thing. That S&G owner, he paid more than $4,000 for over 242 games.
This story would be so much more exciting, and I could get way more into it if we had pictures of the stolen games.
Yeah, but unfortunately they didn't tell us any names.
I want a list.
Yeah.
I want a list.
Hold on. You can get the full story and all the details at Reading Eagle. Hold on.
Hold on! Does Mike have a list?
Maybe, if it wants to boot. Oh, God. Oh, God, it has pictures.
Oh, my. Which link did you click on so that I can have this in the video part?
It's the bottom link. The very bottom link.
Yep.
It says... he was committed to the Berks County Prison in lieu of $25,000 bail.
That's ironic that his bail was the cost of apparently the value of the items he stole.
Yeah. Come on, tell me. It has a picture of the game.
Yeah, that looks like just a generic picture of NES bins.
Yeah, I thought I had lucked out.
Same here.
Shit.
Well, damn it.
Oh, it's got a picture of the guy, though.
Oh, it is a...
Peter Griffin without glasses.
Right?
Sorry, I'm not meaning to
Be mean
or anything, but
it's okay.
we have glasses. He's a guilty scumbag who stole from people who took him into his house, and they were very fucking lucky to get pretty much all of the stuff he had sold illegally back.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't divide it up against a bunch of different stores, pawn shops, and whatnot is incredibly lucky for the original owners. But, hey, now we can at least say that we have a history on this podcast of insulting the faces of the criminals we speak about.
All I'll say is he looked very grumpy.
Yeah, I'd be grumpy too if I got caught.
Like, yeah.
That is a pretty excellent mugshot. Like, as far as mugshots go, that's a real fitting mugshot.
Now look at the camera.
Look at the camera. Sir, look at the camera.
I think those might actually be the games. Oh, it's got slides. Wait.
What? Huh?
Oh, it has a big picture of the mugshot if you actually click on it. Okay. Oh, God. We can make this guy infamous.
Oh, hey, there are slides. Whoa.
Yeah, so there's just the two pictures.
Oh, well, then, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
You Eagle people bum me out.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I raised the hopes of everybody and then I smashed them, and I'm sorry. But they were able to recover most of the games that were sold and stolen.
Well, one of the games they didn't steal was Mega Dimension Neptunia VII or V2, which, as we said at the top of the show, you, right now, can watch this wonderful piece of anime-inspired content online for free from the comfort of your own home.
Mind telling us again where we can find that?
You can find that and many other great videos, such as a in-progress Let's Play to the Platinum for Dark Cloud, a wonderful completed Let's Play of Among the Sleep, a couple of playthroughs of Hottieful Boyfriend performed by my lovely wife, and many other wonderful pieces of content by going to Gma Transmission Station on YouTube.com. Just search for GE-MA Transmission Station on YouTube.com. And of course, don't forget to give us a like over on Facebook by searching for the same exact thing. Thank you very much, and have a great night. Anyone else want to say goodbye?
Good night, good gaming, and get wired in.
Alright, we have to try this. Okay. Because, depending on how this gets edited later in the future, you may end up hearing all of this, you may not, but I think we need to try all on the count of 3, see if we can pull it off in synchronicity here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Get wired in.
Wired in.
Shit.
He
One
lost
more
it.
time.
Damn it, Mike. 1.
Nope. Damn it. We're done.
Shit. Fuck.
Damn it, Mike. You ruined everything.
I know I ruined everything.
And that's when we fired Mike from the staff. It's a sad day.
It was a sad day. But anyway, people, it's finally time to get wired in.